Yeah. So let me take the paper. Okay. In 2011, 24th and 25th. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, there you go, people. You got the question on the screen, so read it carefully, right? And send me the answer. I'll give you 4 minutes to achieve these two, right? So I should have the answer. Everyone should send me an answer, right? And Jinani, we start doing the MCQs. So the MCQ question is on the screen. You have to send me the answer. So like now it is almost 2 minutes has went. So like 4:44, I'm going to discuss the question. So you have to send the answers before 4:44, right? So yes, Kushani, I got your answers, right? Okay, let's see. Lalindi, I got yours. Yes, others. I'll give you another one bonus 1 minute. Charuka, yeah, Charuka, you have to send me the answer of the MCQs, Buddha. Yeah, what you have said is correct. So send me the answers. Yes. Okay.
Sir, ವಿನಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
People, if you are WhatsApping me, yeah. Okay, Minidi, I got yours. Dilsara, okay. I got the. All right, okay.
Sir, මමත් WhatsApp කර.
हाँ. Chat එකට දාන්න එතකොට මට ලේසි එක පැත්තකට. Right, okay. How about Mihin and Jinani? Jinani is in the room, right? Yeah. Okay, Mihin. All right, Mihin. Jinani Dua? And Charuka, you have sent me only one answer. Right. Okay. Jinani Dua, can you hear me? All right. Do you want more time? Okay. Carry on. So do you got a past paper book at your side? Great. So shall I move to the 26 question so other people can do the 26? No, not the 26. 26 is a SQL based one. So I'm moving to the 43rd. So people, once the Jinani send us the answers, let's start discussing. So 43, yes, 43. Give it a try. Okay, Jinani. Try the Okay, Lalindi, I got yours. Yes, Dilsara, right, okay. Jinani, Miniti, yes. Jinani, I need the answer for the 25th. Right, Nirmana. Yes, yes, I received the answer. Yes, Charuka, I receive yours. How about Kushani, Mihin, Chinani? Okay, I got your 25th. Right, great. So, yeah, it's only Kushani and Mihin that need to send me the answers. Yeah, Kushani, I got yours. For 44, you don't need to do the 44 dua. Kushani, it's only 43 dua. Mihin, how about 43? Right, great. Okay, people, I'm very glad to tell like you all gave me all correct answers. Dilsara, you missed the 24th puta. 24th teka manchutta kinsa kata karanna 25th and 43. Everyone came up with the correct answer. Well done. Dilsara, in 24th, they are asking about the third normal form tables, right? So if we think about the, if we consider the schema A, it contains admission number, student name, address, date of birth, and NIC. Like student name, address, date of birth, and NIC all are depending on the admission number. So no any repeating columns, right? And when we consider like all the non-primary key attributes are depending on the admission number and no any transitive dependencies like as we see. Subject code, subject name. Definitely there are two things. Subject code is unique. Subject name is regarding the subject code. So it is definitely in third normal form. No any repetition of unwanted repetition. Fully dependency is there. No transitive dependency. And when it comes to the marks, admission number, subject code, marks obtained. So now, if you think about that, the explanation says students are taking marks for the subjects, right? Here it says, the principal who also want to know the marks obtained for each subject by the students, right? So that means it's a many-to-many relationship in between marks and subject. So this is the many-to-many relationship table, right? So the admission number, subject code is there. Those are going to be the composite primary key, and marks obtained. It is something very similar to the question that we discussed earlier, right? So marks is going to be a third normal form one as well, right? So because marks obtained depends on both these keys, or like the composite key, right? So no partial dependency, fully dependency is there, no unwanted repetition, right? You will see some repetition in between admission number as well as subject code, but it is not an unwanted one, right? When it comes to the part D, so definitely there is like teacher number, subject code, teacher name, subject name, and class. Now teacher number and teacher name depends on the teacher number definitely, and subject name is depend on the subject code. So there are some there can be transitive dependencies or partial dependencies. මොකද teacher එකේ මේ දෙන්නම primary කියලා ගත්තොත් these two is going to give you partial dependencies, right? If we take this particular one as the primary key, subject code is not depending on that, subject name is not depending on the teacher number, so it is non-dependency. So that means it's not going to be third normal form, as well as it's not going to be second normal form, right? So the answer is the third one, right? So other two questions, you went it very well. Here they have asking about the primary key, so you have understood it very well, right? And if anyone got any questions regarding these, just ask me, right? So I'm not going to talk about the 25th and the 43rd, since you have done it very well, right? So everyone is correct with that answer. Okay, so let's go with the 2012 paper. So in 2012, question number 7. Yeah, only question number 7. 2 minutes are given, people. Tell me the answer. Okay, I'm getting the answers. All right, Jinani, I got yours. Yes, Minidi, I got your answer too. Okay. Larendi, I got yours. Nirman, I got yours. Dilsara, I got yours. You got another 1 minute. Others? Kushan, it's the 7th question, Dua. All right, people. It's 2 minutes up. Charuka, Kushani, and Mihin. How about the answers? All right, Kushani, I receive yours. Charuka, I receive yours. Mihin? Mihin, are you at the same situation like the other days? Do you got parallel classes? You don't, right? All right, okay. Yes, people. Yes, Mihin, 7th one. Oh, Mihin, what was the answer? Okay. Sorry, Mihin. It was my bad. Right, people. So what's the answer? Only one has missed it. A primary key of a table is selected from alternate keys, not the alternate keys. It is selected from candidate keys. So first one is wrong. They're asking for the correct statement. Duplicate values are not allowed in a foreign key field of a table. No, duplicate values are allowed in a foreign key table because if you got a one-to-many relationship, you know the many side is going to have the primary key of the other entity. So that entity may have duplicate values. මොකද එක්කෙනෙකුට ගොඩක් තියෙනකොට එක්කෙනාගේ ගොඩ කියන එක පෙන්වන්න foreign key එක duplicate වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Many to many relationship එකකත් the foreign keys can have different values, right? The same value being repeated, right? So duplicate values can be, and it is allowed, right? Third one, a table cannot be created without a primary key. Now that's actually something related to the SQL, but of course, yes, it can. It is possible. Today we are going to experience that, right? And the fourth one, a foreign key of a table should be the primary key of another table. That is definitely a truth. Foreign key of a table should be a primary key of another table. It should be, right? A table should have alternative keys. No, you can have a table without alternative keys. What are the alternative keys? Alternative keys means you got several candidate keys. You choose one as a primary key out of those candidate keys. So rest of the candidate keys become alternate keys. But there can be tables which has only one column as a candidate key. So we can take that column as the primary key. So that's it. We don't have any more alternative keys, right? So there is nothing called should have alternative keys, right? So the correct answer goes with the fourth one, right? Okay, so 22nd and 23rd. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Jinani, okay, I got the 20-second answer. Okay, Jinani, that's nice. 23rd. Okay, people. Lalindi, yes, I got your answers. Charuka, yes, I'm receiving yours. Dilsara, I receive yours. Nirmana, I have received yours as well. Yes, Minidhi, I got yours as well. Mihin, yes, well done. You've got yours as well. Kushani. And Charuk and Dilsar, I haven't sent me the answers for the 23rd, I think. In case if I miss the answer, can you please retype Charuk and Dilsar? I haven't received the answer for the 23rd. And Kushani. Yes. Charuka. Charuka, it's 22nd and 23rd. I'm sorry. Yes, 22nd and 23rd. Charuka, you have sent me the answer for the 22nd, I guess. And Dilsara? Okay, right, okay, Charuka. Dilsara, how about you? How about the 23rd? Dilsara, okay. All right, all right. So, Kushani, 22nd. Yeah, yeah, right though. 22nd is okay, okay. So, all right, let's talk about this. Some got it incorrect. So it says consider the following statement about relational database. Relational database, right? So a table is considered as an object. Now, table is not considered as an object in relational database. It is considered as a relation, right? A table is named as a relation. Don't mix the word relation and relationship, right? Relationship means the relationship in between two entities, but an entity can be addressed as a relation. A, a table will be addressed as an object in the object relational database model, right? Not the relational database model, right? So A is wrong. right? The answers which holds the A can be eliminated. So not first one, not third one, and not fourth one, right? So either it is second or it is fifth, right? So B says a column of data in a table is called a field. Yeah, very clearly. An attribute of that table, very clearly. We know, like when we convert an entity into a table, that is what we have done, right? So we take the attribute as the column names. So B is correct. A row of data in a table is called a record, definitely. So B and C is correct. So the fifth one is going to be the answer for the 22nd, right? And for 23rd, if you got any questions, just ask, right? So some are got the answers incorrect, right? So if you got any question, you can ask, right? And in the 23rd, it says to consider the following statement with respect to ER diagrams. A relationship in an ER diagram can be implemented as a table in relational database. So that is what we are doing. A relationship in an ER diagram can be implemented as a table in a relational database, right? So hold on. There is a problem. It says a relationship. Now relationship, when it comes to the relationship, um, here they can consider about the, yeah, it's not a good thing to say, but if it is going to be a many to many, then we can say a relationship is going to be mapped as a table, but a relationship in a diagram can be implemented as a table in a relational database. Okay, I don't like the word relationship, right? Because we are not really converting the relationship into a table. Due to many relationship, we create a new table. It doesn't mean that the relationship in between is going to become a table, but yeah, we'll see. So A is a 50-50 answer in my opinion. So B, a relationship may have attribute attached to it. Definitely. That is what we are called descriptive attributes. So B is correct. So B should be in your answer. So first one is gone, fourth one is gone because they don't have B in them, right? Or either second, third, or fifth. Only two entities can be attached to a relationship. No, particularly wrong, right? So we can attach any number of entities into it, right? So yeah, you can what I prefer is the correct answer is B only, but you can go for A and B. In the marking scheme, they have gone for the third one as well. Yeah, but A is not a very good explanation. I don't know, right? So they have taken the answer as 3. So you people are given me the most of you have given me the answer as 3, right? So good. So we'll take it like that when it comes to that point. All right, so those are the question types that you are receiving with this ER diagrams and the normalizations, right? So let me take you a question of the structured paper uh, regarding the normalization, right? Give me a second, people. Oh, it's going to be a little big question. We'll keep it for some other time. In 2019, the fifth question goes with that. Appear SQL karalama karama. It will be much meaningful for you, right? Okay, so yes, you people are doing good with the MCQ answers, right? So keep it up. So we'll go for the SQL part today, right? So What is this SQL? Now, SQL stands for Structured Query Language, right? Now, Structured Query Language means it is a language which we can use to talk to a database, right? So talking to a database means now SQL is a fourth generation language. It reduces the hardship for the programmer, right? And it is given to us as a talking language, right? A communicating language, something very similar to the English grammatical things, right? Not actually the English that we are talking about. We use English to code it, but that's a certain way of talking to a database. So you will caught up with that when it comes to that particular point. So let's start the SQL part. Now, yeah, let me take the note first. And at the end of your tute, I have given some questions, right? So we are going to practice the SQL based on these tables, right? So we are going to create these tables inside the inside MySQL, right? And we are going to try these queries, right? I'm asking you to write those, and I'll show you the output of these things, right? So yeah. So before that, let me give an introduction about the SQL, right? And we talk about these things, and here comes the structured query language. Now, as I told you, the structured query language is used to talk to the databases, right, to communicate or to query or request something from the database. And there are many different softwares that support to the SQL, right? You can create in like all the database management systems are supported with the SQL, right? So there are different types of ones like MySQL, MSQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, MS Access, right? So there are many things. So it doesn't matter which particular database that you are going to associate it with. You should go with the common language, which is called the access. I'm sorry, which is called the SQL, right? But there are some differences of the syntax when it comes to the different types of databases. Now, for our syllabus, we are using the MySQL to do the practicals, right? So in SQL, there are three major parts, which we call the DQL, DML, and DDL, right? So DQL stands for data query language, right? So if we want to request something from a database, we use DQL specifically, right? And DML stands for data manipulation language. So like how to insert a data, how to delete, and how to update a data. Those kind of things are category under the data manipulation language, right? And DDL is defining or describing data definition language. So these are the places where we can define the places or some particular data, right? Like if we want to create a database, we need a data definition language. If we want to create a table, we need a data definition language, right? And again, if you want to destroy or delete the same, we need again DDL, right? So defining means like creating and destroying, right? And manipulating is about the insertion, deletion, and update. Querying is about the selection. And when we lay, or like when we consider the SQL, uh, like more than 80%, you got DQL in it, data query language inside it. Data definition and data manipulation are less in size, right? So first of all, we are going to learn how to create a table using DDL. So first we are going to talk about how a database is going to create and how the tables inside it are going to create, right? Now, when I'm doing this, when I'm discussing about this, I use a software called Workbench or MySQL Workbench, which you can download from the internet and install into your computer, so you can do the same practicals as I do, right? When it is been installing, when you are installing it, you have to be a little bit careful with it, because it has some username and passwords to be given during the installation process. So it's nothing, but you have to remember that username and password, because it will be requested when you are dealing with this, right? So once you have the MySQL Workbench with you, this is the home page of it. So at the below, it will show what are the connections that we have made, right? So normally there will be only one connection by default is created for you. You can use that as well. I have created some other connections. You don't need to worry about that. And I'm going to work with this student instance for the moment, right? So once I click on that, they will ask for the password, as I told you. We have to remember that password. So I'm providing that. I'm entering the SQL arena, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, I'll tell you what I'm doing here, right? So first of all, when you are going to work with this, your interface will not be something like this. First, you have to create a database. Now, so far I have created two databases, student DB and student info. So I'm going to delete this student info, right? Right. And just a second. Yeah, hold on. I was scared I was deleting the database which had the data already, right? Generally, you may have in this particular database called SYS, the system database, right? It's better we create a database for our own when we are going to work with these things, right? So creating a database, you can do it in two different ways. You can use a particular SQL query to create it. And again, you can use this particular icon over here, create a new schema in the connected server, right? So I can click on that. It will give you this type of a interface, right? So I'll give some name. I can give any name, right? So I'm saying student. I'll say st info, right? And I will apply, right? So it says apply changes to the object. So it is okay. So now it is given me a particular SQL query over here, create schema st info. So for the moment, don't worry about it. I'll tell you how we are going to deal with these things, right? What I'm going to do is I say apply over here. So now you can see I got a finish button, so I can click on the finish. Then you can see I got a new schema called st info right over here, right? If it is not clear for the people who are referring from the mobiles, here it is. Earlier it was only student DB and the sys, but now I got my very own database called ST info. Now, before we work with this, now you can see that student DB has been bolded from these three schemas or from these three databases. It is because to indicate whatever the query that we are going to write is going to apply to that boldface database, right? In other words, it is being bolded because it is being chosen as the default database. So now I need to work with this student info. So I need to mark it as the default database. So my changes will be happen to that. So to do that, I'm going to right click on this particular database that I have created, and I'm setting this as the default schema, set as default schema. So now you can see the bold face is given to the ST info. Right now, these are some general stuff that you need to do right now when you have installed your particular software into your computer. So follow the recordings so you can create a particular database like this, right? So now I'm going to add some tables to this. So that is the point that we learn how to deal with the databases, right? And the data definition language, right? So for the moment, I'll clear this up. Now, when you are opening your MySQL, when you are loading into the screen, generally they give you a place to type, which is the query typing platform, like the text editor. It's a simple text editor, right? So it is been taken from this new SQL tab, right? So it is given as the query one. You don't need to save it, right? You just type the query whatever you want. So you can do the effects to the particular database. So now I'll show you the database which is having tables and which do not have tables. Now, ST info, look at the ST info carefully. Now in ST info, under the tables, under the heading table, right over here, right, you can't find any arrowheads related to it. But look at what happens when I expand the student DB. See, you can see an arrowhead at the right side of the tables. And if I expand it, you can see there are four table names are given there: class info, student teacher, and teacher info, right? People just give me a second. Excuse me for a moment. Right, so did you notice what is happening? Now, this means ST info does not contains any tables. If it contains any table, you can see an arrowhead like this, and you can expand it, and you can collapse it, and you can close it as you will, and it will show you what are the tables inside it. So now in my default schema, I can't find any tables yet. So what we are going to do is, using the data definition language, which is the SQL again, we are going to create a table to this particular database, right? All right, let's see how we are going to do this. So I'm going to exit with the magnifier, right? So here I'm going to type a query. Now, before I type it, let me go to the note. Now here, to create a particular table inside a database, we use the statement or the clause called create table. So two keywords. And there is no rule that you need to type capital letters when you are typing a particular query, right? You can type it from simple letters, right? But for the recognition easiness, right? So you can recognize it easy when you type it from the English, especially when I'm introducing something to you. But I'm not going to type again in here because this particular interface give me colors for the keywords, so you can easily recognize what are the keywords and what are not, right? So, and again, when I'm talking about the syntaxes, I'm going to go by the example. I'll show you the syntaxes, but it's better we talk with the example. Now, this is a particular query that is being used to create a particular table. Now, according to your book, or in the example in your book, we are going to create a table. The table name is customer, right? So we use create table customer, the table name. So create space table space customer, right? And then I open the bracket right over here. Then I'm going to say what's the first column name, right? So the first column name of this table is first name, and there is a space. Then after, you got these data types. Now, when you are dealing with the data definition language, you should know what are the data types that we can use. Now, generally, we are using char to indicate character, and we can use vacha, which indicate variable character, VARCHAR, vacha. And if we are dealing with a particular number, we can use int or integer. If we are dealing with a particular date, we can use the data type date, right? These are the data types that we use most with the particular the data queries, right? So you can find the different kinds of data types at the end of this note, right? At the end of this SQL note. So because SQL is the one that is in your book at the first place, then the ER diagramming part is there, right? So this is the ending point of the SQL. So here comes the data types, right? So you got a lot of things like big int, small int, tiny int, bit. Those are the numeric data types that you can use. So from those, just remember one, right? You can use int, right? As well as you can use integer as well, right? And here regarding the date time, date time, small date time, you can use those kind of things, right? And when it comes to the text type, as I told you, char, vacha, and this is vacha max is something related with the limitation, right? And you can use text as well, right? But when it comes to the data creation part, it's better you go with char and vacha, right? Because text is having some limitations, right? And this is regarding Unicode character string data type, like that is again string data type. Vachana වලට තමයි මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ, but it support Unicodes, right? Now, if you want to store something in Sinhala, it's better we go with these things, right? But we are not very much using it with our SQLs in our syllabus, right? And there are some other data types as well. So as I told you, we have to bother about those data types particularly. Vacha, char, integer, and date and time. Sometimes we use this float or real to indicate the floating point values. We are not very much using this binary type of data, right? So you will get to know about these during the SQL. So it will be familiar for you, right, when we are doing the things. So let's carry this out so you will pick it, right? All right, now in the creation, as I told you, what you have to do is you use the create keyword space table keyword, then again a space, we are going to write the name of the table. Then you open the brackets and you define what is the name of the first column. Now, when you are providing the names for a column, don't put spaces. SQL does not recognize the spaces. So you have to use a underscore, or you have to write the particular word in camel case, right? Camel case දිනවා කියලා කියන්නේ හැම වචනයකම පළවෙනි අකුර capital. So it is called camel case, right? Or else you have to use underscore as they have used it over here, right? So the first name is the first column name, and char 50, that means the data type is the char, and it can contains maximum up to 50 characters, right? And here last name, and we have to say char 50. So you can change, it doesn't that doesn't mean you must use char in here. You can use varchar, right? You can have any number that you need, right, over here. So as an example, they have used it. And remember to separate one particular column by using a comma with the other particular column. So likewise, they have defined the first name with its data type, and the second name with its data type and put a comma, and the third as the address, its data type char 50, a comma, and the city char 50, comma, because all these things are having what we call the characters, akuru thamai tiyenne, right? And country again char 25, and birth date, they have taken it as a date, so they've taken the data type called date. And then you can close the bracket. That bracket is the close bracket of this, the one which we have opened. And at the end, remember to put a semicolon. Don't forget that, right? It is a must, and it is given a separate mark in the examination, right? So if you want to create a table, this is the way you are going to create it. So create table, the table name, and within brackets, you are going to say, what are the column names? What is its data type? Separating those by a comma. Yes, people, is that clear? Can I have the confirmation?
ෂයි තදා එකපාරක් එක්ස්ප්ලේන් කරන්න පුළුවන්.
කවුද නිර්මාණ, මම දැන් එකක් මම ටයිප් කරනවා මේ SQL එකේ. එතකොට go through කරන්න, right?
හරි සර්.
හරි. Okay, so now your task is to answer the question of the questions that I have given you, right? So these are the questions. So I'm referring to these 4 tables. These questions are at the end of your tute, and here you got the questions over here. So the first question is create student table with primary and foreign key assignments. Now, for the moment, we don't know how to create the primary key and the foreign key. Now I'm going to show you the creation of just student info table. No, I'm sorry. Student info table is here in your book with these table headers or the column names. So its name is student underscore info. So now I'm going to create this. So before I create this, now what are the data types that I can use for these things? SID, it contains both numbers and characters. So I can go for char or varchar, right? And S name, again, it is regarding the characters. So I can go for varchar or char. address, the same data type, vacha, ocha. For DOB, I can say it's kind of a date type, so I can use the date. Gender, again, vacha, ocha over here. CID, again, it contains text and numbers, so we can go for cha or vacha. And phi over here, those are some numeric values, so we can go with integer, right? So those are the data types that I'm going to use. So let's see how it is going to create. Now, to create a table, what we need is the keyword called create table. So may then keywords they create table. Then after we have to say what's the name of the table. So now what is the name of the table? Student underscore info. දැන් විභාගෙදිත් ඕගලන්ට ප්‍රශ්නයක් දීලා තිබ්බොත් ඒ ප්‍රශ්නේ කියලා තියෙන විදිහටම table name එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න. Right? So here S capital, I simple. Right? Student underscore info. That is the table name. So then it doesn't matter, you can start the brackets from here, then you can type the column name and the data types over here. But to do it in a clear manner, I'm taking it to the next line. It's not giving you any errors by doing that, because SQL understands the semicolon as the end of the particular SQL query, right? Yeah, semicolon එක එනකන් කියවනවා ඔක්කොම ටික. Right? So it doesn't matter where you are going to put the things, right? හැබැයි එහෙම කියලා මේ student info කියන එකේ student තැන එක තැනකයි info එක පහළ පෙළේ එකයි ලියන්න යන්න එපා. That is wrong, right? මේ sections කැඩෙන්න පුළුවන් තැන් වලින් තියෙනවා, right? So from here we can take the bracket part as the next line, right? So now I'm going to have these column names. So SID, SNAME, address, DOB, gender, CID, and fee. Right? So here I'm going to say SID. Right? So I'm going to say char. It has only 4 characters, so I'm going to strict it into 4 characters. Right? And I'm put a comma, coming to the next line. So it's SNAME. Again, char. Since the name can be a little bit bigger, I'm going to give 20. And I'm putting a comma. Coming to the next one. So we got address, DOB, gender, CID. So address, char. I'm going to take it as 30, char 30. And let me make this capital S. Right, so then we got DOB, right? Yes, DOB. So it's going to be date type, and it doesn't have any size. And next one is the gender. So again, this is going to be char, and since due to the date, the data that is represented under the gender column, I only need only 1 character, so I limit it with the 1 character, right? And put a comma and say it's a CID, right? Yeah. So CID char, I'm going to say it as char 4. And finally, fee. Right, I'm going to take it as integer. let's take int, and I'm going to close the bracket. අපි int තියලා බලමු හරියයිද කියලා. Close the bracket, and I'm going to end my particular query by keeping a semicolon. නිර්මාණ තේරුණාද කරගෙන ගියපු විදිහ?
හරි සර්.
හරි, right. Okay. Then now you are done with the query. Like just because we write a query, it will not create the table. We have to run this query. So to run the query, we can use this flash icon over here. Execute the selected portion of the script or everything if there is no selection, right? So select අපිට ඕන නම් මේකේ select කරලා තියෙන ටික විතරක් run කරගන්නත් පුළුවන්, right? එහෙම නැතුව අපිට මොකක් selection එකක් නැත්නම් we can run the entire thing. Now the output will be produced over here, right?
සර් වාචා කියන එක ආයෙ පොඩ්ඩක් කියනවද?
වාචා කියන එක නිර්මාණ වෙනසක් නැහැ. variable character කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකේ අර define කරගන්න පුළුවන් characters දාන වෙනසක් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. චා පාවිච්චි කරත් වාචා පාවිච්චි කරත් අපේ scope එකේ අපිට කැමති field එකක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන් කැමති characters ගන්නත් දාන්න. ඒකට චා වාචා වල අපේ level එකට දාලා වෙනසක් නැහැ කියන එක මතක තියාගන්න. හරි?
හරි සර්.
So now you got only 3 particular lines over here. මේ කලින් execute කරපු ඒවාට අදාළව තියෙන එකක්. Now when I execute this, you can see the 4th line, right? Saying that this table is created successfully, right? Let's see. Now I'm going to run this. This is the running icon, the flash icon right over here. So I'm clicking on that now. Yeah, so now you can see the 4th line, and it says create table student underscore info with this particular data, zeros rows affected, and it is given how quick they have made that within 0.047 seconds. So if you got this correction mark at the left, that means it is created successfully. And now if you move your, expand your database and see, if you expand this, still you can't see any arrowhead near the table. That means you don't have any tables inside this yet. So for that, what we have to do is, we have to right click on this white space, right, somewhere right over here, and you can use refresh all, because we have to refresh the database to show what are the changes that is happened to that particular database, right? So I'm going to click on refresh all. Now you can see there is a arrowhead. So once I click on it, you can see student info table is created. Right now, if I click on this student info table, just on its name, and you can see below, you can see its properties, or like the description of it. Table name is student info. The columns, they say like SID, S name, address, DOB, gender, CID, and fee. So it shows you what are the things in your table structure, how your table structure is, and what are the data types that you have used, right? And if you want to look at this database table, so you can go for this, go to the end of this table description. Right over here, you got this table icon with a flash icon on it. So once you click on it, it will give you the table structure. So the table structure is given in here. Now it's just an empty table with SID, SNAME, address, DOB, gender, CID, and fee. You don't have any records under it, right? Okay, Lamai, Terunada. Let me have the confirmation. When you know the syntax, it's very easy for you to tell. Yes, everyone? Right, great. How about others? Okay, right. So now what you have to do is you are going to write the answers for this particular questions right over here. Right now, before you answer the questions in here, it's better you write the create statements, create table statements for all four tables. The me hatara denama create karana. The meava create kala pennuani. So I want you to write the create statement for the class info and teacher info and student teacher table, right? Now, when it comes to the data types, CID is going to be Vacha, CNAME is going to be Vacha, TID is going to be Vacha, Ocha, right? You can use Vacha, Ocha, right? And teacher info, all the columns are going to be Vacha, Ocha, and student teacher, SID and TID is going to be Vacha, Ocha. Ours, take it as an integer or int, right? Okay, people, be quick. My create table statement will be on the screen, right? So you can refer it as the let's say the Roman number one. Make it in 1 2 3 කොහොම කියලා දාලානේ. So අපි ඒකට උත්තර ටික ලියන්න කලින් create statement එකෙන් කොහොමද create කරන්න කියලා practice වෙමු, right? So just write it. I want you to write, right? Write it and send it to me. The create table statements for other three tables, right? I hope every one of you have the questions with you, right? If you don't have, just let me know. I'll send it to the group again, the questions.
සර් මේ ප්‍රශ්න ලියවල group එකට දාන්න පුළුවන් මගේ ටියුට් එකට.
Hari.
සර් මෙතන මේ චා කියන එක ඇතුළේ බ්‍රැකට් කරලා තියෙන්නේ කියන්නේ තියෙන characters ගානද?
Pramane. Oh, characters Pramane.
චාගේ
Oh, ඔයා ටියුට් එක ගත්තේ නැහැ. කලෙක්ට් කරේ නැහැ තාමනේ.
නෑ සර්.
හරි. Right. මොකක්ද නිර්මාණය වුණේ තව?
ඒ කියන්නේ SID එකේ S001 කියලා තිබ්බොත් එතන characters හතරයි නේද?
Oh yes. ඒ කියන්නේ his thank තිබුණොත් his තනත් එක්කම තමයි characters කියලා අපි count කරන්නේ.
ඒකට අරගේ තිබ්බේ 3යි නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට එක ID එකකට ඕනේ නැහනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ වෙනම ඕනේ නැහනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ තුනක් තිබ්බොත් අර ටේබල් එකේ තුනකට විතරයිනේ ගන්න අපි. ඕනේ.
තුනක් තිබ්බොත් කියලා කිව්වේ නිර්මාණ?
අපිට ඒ ප්‍රශ්න ගන්න පුළුවන්.
ප්‍රශ්නට එන්න මම ගන්න. මෙතන.
ඔව් සර්. එතකොට ඔතනින් අපි ලියන්න ඕනේ 100යි. ඕකෙන් දෙවෙනි එක ගත්තොත්
ඔව්.
එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ ඕකේ තියෙනවා කියන්නේ උඩ තියෙන මේකට SID, SNAME, address ඒ ටිකනේ සර් ලියන්න ඕනේ.
ඔව්. ඒ කියන්නේ නිර්මාණ මේ අපි මේකෙන් කරන්නේ මේ columns ටික table එක අඳුන්ලා දෙනවා මෙන්න මේ columns එක තමයි යා ඉන්නේ කියන එක.
එතකොට columns තුනක් තිබ්බොත් අර ඇටේ ගිය වගේ තුනයිනේ ලියන්න ඕනේ.
ඔව් columns තුනක් තිබ්බොත් තුනයි ලියන්නේ. yes. අපිට table එකේ තියෙන columns ටිකනේ අපි කියන්නේ දැන් table එක හදන්න මෙන්න මේ columns ටික දාලා. මම student info එකේ කියලා තියෙන student info table එක හදන්න මේ කියන columns ටික දාලා ඒ වගේ data types මෙන්න මේවයි කියලා column එකට ඉස්සරහින් ලියලා තියෙනවා. තේරුණාද නිර්මාණ? clear?
ඔව් සර්. සර් ප්‍රශ්න පොඩ්ඩක් group එකට යන්න. සර් උඩටත් දාලා මේ ප්‍රශ්න.
මං යනවා. අපේ group එක නෑ මෙතන. There you go. Right. ඕකේ 3 වෙනි පිටුවේ ඉඳලා පටන් ගන්න. මුලින් තියෙන tables ටික.
නේම් එකක් වගේ තිබ්බොත් අපි කොහොමද කැරක්ටර්ස් ගන්න එක වෙනස් වෙනවා.
මොකද්ද නිර්මාණ?
ඉතින් නේම් එකක් නමක් වගේ තිබ්බොත් අපි කැරක්ටර්ස් කීයක් කියලා දාන්නේ?
ඒක අපේ උවමනාවට අනුව නිර්මාණය. කියන්නේ අපි හිතුවොත් කැරක්ටර්ස් 20ක් ඇති කියලා ඒක ඩේටාබේස් ඩිසයිනර්ගේ අතේ තියෙන වැඩක්. right? ඔයාට ඕන 100ක් අවශ්‍ය නම් 100 කියලා දාන්නත් පුළුවන් no problem. එම ස්පෙસિෆික් මෙච්චර ගාණක් කියලා නෑ.
සර් යටදී ප්‍රශ්නවල උත්තර ලියන්නත් හොඳ මොනවද?
මොනවාද නිර්මාණ මේ ඒකේ තියෙන යට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න ටිකටද? නෑ මුලින්ම මට ටේබල්ස් 4 හදන විදිහේ ටිකේ වන්නකෝ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඉතිරි ටේබල්ස් 3 හදන විදිහේ වන්න. දැන් ඔකේ ටේබල්ස් 3ක් තියෙනවනේ තව ඉතිරි වෙලා. අපි මේ හැදුවේ ස්ටුඩන්ට් ඉන්ෆෝ එකනේ. එතකොට ටීචර් එකයි ක්ලාස් එකයි අනිත් ටේබල් එකයි. හදන එකට අදාළව මේ SQL කෝඩ් එක ලියලා මට එවන්න. ක්ලාස් ඉන්ෆෝ එකයි ටීචර් ඉන්ෆෝ එකයි ස්ටුඩන්ට් ටීචර් එකයි. Right, Lalindi, I receive yours. Okay, hold on. All right, okay, Nirmana, you have sent the answer as well. Let me see. Internet got slowed for a moment. Just a second, people. Never mind, Lalindi. It doesn't matter. Yes, yes. This is tutorials point. Yes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go with that. Doesn't matter. So yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. 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 Yeah. Those are correct. Dua. Well done, Lalindi. Nirmana. Just a second. Yes. නිර්මාණ පුතේ ඔයාගේ කුවරි එක කම්ප්ලීට් නෑ. දැන් මගේ ස්ක්‍රීන් එකේ තියෙන විදිහට තමයි ලියවෙන්න ඕනේ. ක්‍රියේට් ටේබල් කියන ක්ලෝස් එක එන්න ඕනේ. ටේබල් එකේ නම එන්න.
ලියපු එක කියන්නේ මේ අර කෝලන්ස් එහෙම දාන්න එරියද?
ඔව් ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේකටනේ නිර්මාණ ටෝටල් කුවරි එක කියලා කියන්නේ මේ සම්පූර්ණ එකටම. එතකොට ඔයා මේ ලියලා තියෙන විදිහට ලිව්වොත් ටේබල් එක ක්‍රියේට් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාගේ එන්න ඕනේ මේ ක්‍රියේට් ටේබල් කියන දෙන්න මුලින් එන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ ටේබල් එකේ නම එන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ වරහන ඕපන් කරලා තමයි ඔයා ලියපු දේවල් ටික ලියලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ මේ හැම ඔයාගේ එක ෆීල්ඩ් එකක් ලියලා ඉවරුනාම එයාගේ නමයි ඩේටා ටයිප් එකයි ලියලා ඉවරුනාම කමා එකකින් වෙන් කරන්න ඕනේ. right?
එතකොට ගත්ත ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් ටික හරිද?
ඔයා අරගෙන තියෙන ඉන්ෆර්මේෂන් ටික හරි. ඔව්.
හරි තමයි ඉක්මනට එවන්න.
right හරි. And this is from Charuka, right? Yes, I think it's Charuka's. Charuka. Yes, Charuka. Yes. First one is correct. Second one is also correct. Third one is also correct. Good, Puda. Very good. Dil Sara, I received yours. Let me see. Yeah, that's good. Great. Yes. Yes, great. Okay. Yes. Right, okay. Yes, Jinani. Yeah, yes, Jinani, what you have sent is correct. Okay, with the correction, no problem. All right, people, how about others? So Charuka is done, Dilsara is done, Lalindi is done, Nirmana is done, and Jinani is done. Right. Oh, Jinani, yes. Yes, that one is correct. So, Minidi, how about you, Dua? And Mihin, Kushani? Yeah, Nirmana, I received yours, PC. Okay, now it's okay. Nirmana, ඔයාගේ closing කියන්නේ closing bracket එක miss වෙලා තියෙනවා semicolon එක තියලා තියෙනවා හරියට අනිත් ටික හරි create table class info bracket එක open කරා ඒ bracket එක හොඳට bracket එකක් විදිහට open කරන්න නැත්නම් bracket එක කියලා අඳුන ගන්න නැති වෙනවා right ඊළඟට comma එකත් හරි අන්තිමට bracket එක වහලා තමයි නිර්මාණ you have to put the semicolon නිර්මාණ තේරුණාද
ඔව් සර්
හරි right
සර් බ්‍රැකට් එක වහලා නේද මම සෙමිකෝලන් දාලා තියෙන්නේ
ඔයා බ්‍රැකට් එක වහලා මට බ්‍රැකට් එක පේන්නේ නෑ ඔයායි බ්‍රැකට් වහලා තියෙන්නේ හතරට අදාළව තියෙන බ්‍රැකට් එකනේ ඒ බ්‍රැකට් එක නෙවෙයි අර TID ගාව ඔයා බ්‍රැකට් එකක් ඕපන් කරනවා
හරි සර්
මේ බ්‍රැකට් එක වෙහෙන්න ඕනේ right others what happened to you
ඒක හරි නේද අර බ්‍රැකට් එක
ඔව් බ්‍රැකට් එක වැහුවම වැඩේ හරි බ්‍රැකට් එක විදිහටම වහන්න කියන්නේ හොඳට කර්ව් කරලා වහන්න right මිහින් මිනිදි Kushani okay Mihin is here Kushani is here how about Minidi is not here I think yeah Minidi is not here Kushani and Mihin how about it okay yes Jinani third one is correct as well all right so Mihin and Kushani you have to send me the answers right and let's move to the another data definition so here we are going to talk about the alter table statement Kushani no problem send it later though right okay right so alter table statement is going to use to change the structure of the table table එකේ structure එක වෙනස් කරන්න හදන්නේ table structure means what we can add a particular column when we add a particular column a new column table structure get changed so if the table is going to have if the table is having 3 columns for the moment if we change it to have 4 columns so that means we are adding a new column to it so it is changing the structure right if we want to delete a particular column it has 5 columns we want to delete one particular column and it will become 4 column table so it is changing the structure of the table right and if you want to change the field name some field name of a particular table so changing the structure නේද කලින් දැන් ඔයගලන්ගේ questions ටිකේ තියෙන්නේ address කියන එක addr කියලා change කරන්න කියලා right so it is changing the structure of the table we in the same way we can change the data type as well right so from one data type to another or in the same data type the number of characters can be changed again it can be considered as altering the data type right so alter කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ අපි හරි ගස්සනවා වෙනස් කරනවා කියන අර්ථයෙන් so altering table is it will affect on the structure of the table remember it will not affect on the data inside the table right data වලට මුකුත් වෙන්නේ නැහැ හැබැයි ඔය column එකක් delete කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ column එකේ තියෙන data ඔක්කොම ටික delete වෙලා යනවා කියන එක but None other than like other records will not affect from that, right? So basically, alter table statement is used to change the structure of the table, right? So these are the, as I told you, these are the things. We can add a column, we can drop a column, that means deleting one. We can change the column name, and we can change the data type for a column. Now to do this, we use a new clause called alter table. Like we use create table to create a table. We are using alter table to alter or to change a particular table. So how we are going to use this alter table syntax, the statement? We are using alter table keywords. There are two keywords, two separate keywords, and then the table name, and then we have to say what are the alter specifications, right? So alter specification, කොහොමද මේක alter වෙන්නේ කියන එක කියන්න ඕනේ. So there are four types of alter specifications, which we call add. To add a particular column, we use add keyword to add something newly into our table. And we use drop keyword to delete something, right? Majorly we use it on the columns, right? And then we use change. We use change to change the column name, right? And we use modify to change the data type of a column, right? So you have to remember these four keywords. Add is to add a new thing, drop is to drop something or delete something. Change is specifically to change the column name. Modify is specifically to modify the data type, right? So let's see how we are going to use these things. Now, this is a particular table structure I have given to you, right? Make a table structure column name data types. So we have to assume now this table is been created, right? Customer table column names and data types right? So then here in the first, as the first task, they say, first we want to add a column called gender to this table, right? So we don't have a column called gender so far. Gender column. It has first name, last name, address, city, country, and birth date, right? So then we are going to add a new column called gender. So how we are going to do that? We can use alter table, two keywords, and we have to say which table is going to be altered. Mona table the customer, the table name will be there, customer. Then add keyword, because we are trying to add a column to this particular table. Then we have to say what is the column name, right? The name is gender. Then what is the data type for that particular column, right? So we say char within brackets 1. So that is the data type. So gender is the column name, and data type will be char within brackets 1. It depends whether we are going to give 1 or whatever. We can use any type of data type over here. So the new column name and the data type of it. Then we put a semicolon. People, is this clear? How to add a particular new column to your table? Right. ඉන්න නිර්මාණ ජිනානි දුව අහන ප්‍රශ්නය ඒ කියන්නේ කලින් කෝඩ් එක තිබ්බ තැනමද මේක ලියන්නේ කියලා එහෙම ලියලා ජිනානි අපි එක්සිකියුට් කරොත් අපිට ලොජිකලි ප්‍රොබ්ලම් එකක් එනවනේ දුව මොකද එතකොට මෙයාව ආයි ක්‍රියේට් කරන්න බලනවා. අපි එක්සිකියුට් කරනවා කියන එකෙන් කරන්නේ මෙතන තියෙන කෝඩ් එක මොකක්ද ඒක ක්‍රියේට් කරන එක. ඒක එක්සිකියුට් කරන එක. So if you write the same thing like මේකට පස්සේ අපි ඒක ලියන්න ගත්තොත් අර උඩ තියෙන එක ආයි එක්සිකියුට් වෙනවා. Then it's going to create a problem because that table is already been created, right? So it will give you a error by saying the table name student info is already exist, right? ඒ නිසා අපිට මේක මකලා අපිට අදාළ දේ ලියන්න පුළුවන්, right? So what you have to be careful is just execute what do you want. Got it to a right. නිර්මාණ අපිට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ අපිට වෙනස් කරන්න තියෙන ටේබල් එකේ දැන් අපි හදන්නේ අලුතෙන් කොලම් එකක් එකතු කරන්න. ඒතර අනිවාර්යෙන් alter කියන keyword එකයි table කියන එකයි ලියන්න ඕනේ. අපි වෙනස් කරන්න යන table එකේ නම ඊළඟට ලියනවා. ඊට පස්සේ add කියන keyword එක ලියන්න ඕනේ අනිවාර්යෙන්. ඊට පස්සේ අලුතෙන් add කරන කොලම් එකේ නම හිස්තැනක් ඊළඟට ඒ කොලම් එකේ data type එක. right? ඊට පස්සේ semicolon එක තියන්න ඕනේ. Clear the? Right. In the next one, they are talking about how to change the column name of a particular column. Now you got a column called address over here. Then a නම ADDR කියලා වෙනස් කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ address එකේ පළවෙනි අකුරු 4 විතරක් තියෙන විදිහට නම change කරගන්න හදන්නේ. Right? So what we can do is we use alter table. They are trying to change the name of the address into ADDR. So we say alter table, then the table name, then the keyword change. Change කියන keyword එක දාන්න ඕනේ. Then after we have to say, first we have to say what is the column that we are going to change. අපි මොකද්ද වෙනස් කරන්න යන column එක. It's address. Then put a space and we have to say what's the new name. නැත්නම් rename වෙන්නේ මොන විදිහට. Like ADDR.
So rename කරන්න මොනද?
ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. නිර්මාණ මේ අපි මේ කතා කරන්නේ rename කරන්න උවමනා වුණොත් කොහොමද කරන්න කියන එකයි මේ අපි කතා කරන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ address කියලා දැනටමත් column එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක අපිට rename කරගන්න අවශ්‍ය නම් තමයි අපි මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුතා.
හරි. එතකොට ඒක හතරක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ESS කියලා ගන්න පුළුවන් නේද ඕනනම් ඔය?
පුළුවන් no problem. අපිට කැමති නමක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. මේ AD address දුන්නොත් අපිට ABC කියලා උනත් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. No problem. Right? මුල් කෑල්ල ගන්න කියලා එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. Right? So the existing name දැනට තියෙන නම the new name. අපි දෙන්න හිතන නම and there is a special thing. When we are giving that name, we have to specify the data type as well, right? But when you are defining the data type, be careful to have the same data type with it. මොකද අපි මෙතනදී කරන්නේ table එකේ column එකේ නම විතරයි වෙනස් කරන්නේ. Data type එක වෙනස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. But according to this syntax, we have to give the data type. So it should be the very same thing. මෙතනත් char 50 කියලාම තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ දීලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? So earlier it was char 50. Right? So ඒකම තමයි දෙන්නේ මොකද data type එක change වෙන්නේ නැහැ. It's only the name of the field which is being changed. Right? So alter table, the table name, and change the existing column name, new column name with the existing data type and the semicolon. Right? And in the next page, we are saying we need to change the data type of the column ADDR. දැන් අපි address කියන එක ADDR කියලා change කරලා තියෙනවා. එයාගේ data type එක char 50 තිබුණේ. දැන් අපිට ඒව char 30 කියලා change කරගන්න ඕනේ. Right? So here we are changing the data type. So we use the modify keyword. So alter table. What is the table name? Customer. Modify. So it indicates, okay, we are going to change a data type. Then we have to say which column we are going to affect from this new data type, which is ADDR. And then we say, what is the data type? The make a chart 30 කියලාම දාන්න කියලා නීතියක් නැහැ. ඔකට ඕනනම් char 70 80 පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්, වෙන data type එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. ADDR වලට දැන් integer ගැලපෙන්නේ නැති වුණාට ඔයාට ඕනනම් integer කියලා එක define කරගන්න පුළුවන්. No problem. හැබැයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ අපිට practically අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්න ගියාම නේද? address එකකට අපි දාන්නේ character set එක. Not the numbers. So integer දුන්නොත් numbers තමයි ඒකට අරගන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ, characters ගන්න බැරි වෙනවා. Right? But you can use any type of data as it appropriate. And when you need to drop or like delete a particular column, you can use the keyword called drop. And you will see this drop keyword will be used at the end of this DDL as well to indicate how we are going to drop a particular table. Right? So here what they have done, we have to delete the column that we have add to this table. මුලදී අපි add කරන්නේ gender කියලා column එකක්. So we are going to delete that particular column from the table. So we are going to say alter table, and we are going to say customer, because it is the table that we are going to do the alteration, and then drop. We simply say the name of the column, gender, right? So then put a semicolon. So it will delete that particular column from the table. Hari, clear the දේවල් ටික ළමයි confirm කරන්න. Right, okay. So now you can try these questions. Then අපේ question set එකේ අපි දැන් tables හතර හදලානේ තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ 1 2 කියන ප්‍රශ්න දෙකයි 4 කියන ප්‍රශ්නේ අපි ඊළඟ පාර්ට් එක කතා කරලා කරන්න යනවා. right? ඕගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් මෙන්න මේ 5 6 7 8 කියන questions ටික try කරන්න. right? හරි. මට දැන් ටක් ගාලා ලියලවන්න මේකේ තියෙන queries ටික. පළවෙනි එකේ තියෙන column එකක් add කරන්න, දෙවෙනි එකේ තියෙනවා column name එකක් change කරන්න, තුන්වෙනි එකේ තියෙනවා data type එකක් change කරන්න, හතරවෙනි එකේ තියෙනවා පස්වෙනි එකේදී add කරපු column එක delete කරන්න. මේක මේ delete the column which you have added in question 5 කියලා දෙන්න ඕනේ. මම ඒක edit කරන්නම්.
සර් මට පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ටියුට් එක දෙනවද මේ soft copy එක මේ
soft copy එකද? පුතේ මම මේ මේකට දැම්මා. group එකට දැම්මා.
ඔක්කොම දිනවද සර්ද?
ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා කියෝ. ඔයා open කරන්නකෝ PDF එකේ ඒ කියන්නේ ප්‍රශ්නෙට අදාළ ටික තමයි තියෙන්නේ පුතේ. theory ටික නැහැ.
හරි සර් හරි.
right.
ඒක සර් මේ දැන් ඉස්සෙල්ලා කතා කරපු ටික තියෙනවනේ අපිට එතන මට එතනින් අල්ලගත්තා නේද?
ඔව් ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඒ කියන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා කතා කරපු ටික කියන්නේ පුතේ මෙතන තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න ටික. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ මෙන්න මේ tables ටික තියෙනවා. මේ ප්‍රශ්න ටික තියෙනවා.
theory part එක නැද්ද සර්?
theory part එක නෑ. theory part එකේ soft copy ඕන නම් මම ඔයාලට එවන්නම්.
අර කියන්නේ data එකක් දාන්න DNA ටික තිබ්බ නම් ඇත්තද? දැන් කතා කරපු ටික තිබ්බ නැද්ද?
ඒක මම අර මුලින්ම අපි lesson එක කරනකොට මම ඔයාලට soft copy දැම්ම නේද? මම දාන්නම් අය group එකට. group එකේ soft copy එක ඇති මේ පාඩමෙත්. right? ඒ දාපු soft copy එකේ මුල තමයි තියෙන්නේ. මෙන්න මෙතන මම මේ අනේ මීට කලින් මම දාන්නම් ඒක ආයෙසරක්. ඒක මුල ඉඳලා බලන්න. right. Okay, people, hurry up. Send me the answers. Yes, Jinani, that is correct. Well done. හරි නිර්මාණ මම දාලා තියෙන්නේ අරගන්න.
ප්‍රශ්න ටික පොඩ බෝඩ් එකට ගන්න මට දෙකක් එකපාර බලන්න මම.
ප්‍රශ්නද පුතේ?
ඔව් ප්‍රශ්න ටික.
මෙතන 5 6 7 8 තියෙන්නේ. ක්ලියර් නේද?
හරි සර්. සර් අපි ෆුල් ටේබල් එකක් ගහන්න ඕනේ නේද කොලම් එකක් ඇඩ් වෙනවා.
නෑ ඔව් මේ නිර්මාණ අපි මෙතන කරන්නේ SQL එක ලියන එක විතරයි ටේබල් ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එක අලුතෙන් අඳින්නේ නැහැ. අපි අර මේ මෙතන මේකේ කතා කරලා තියෙන විදිහට මේකේ කතා කරපු විදිහට මේ පොඩි මෙන්න මේ ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එක ලියන එක විතරයි අපි කරන්නේ. right
ඒක සර් අපි අර ඉස්සෙල්ලා SQL එකටම එකතු කරනවනේ.
ඔව් ඉස්සෙල්ලා ලියපු SQL එකටම එකතු කරන්න එපා සෙපරේට් එකක් විදිහට ලියන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඔයා 1 2 3 කියලා ලිව්වනේ ඒක ක්‍රියේට් කරන විදි තුන. ඊට පහලින් ඒක වෙන ප්‍රශ්නයක් විදිහට මේ ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එක විතරක් වෙනම ලියන්න.
හරි සර්.
right and Jinani the second one. Yeah, Jinani, when you are changing the structure, you have to mention about the data type as well. Do මේ screen එකේ පේන තියෙන්නේ address addr කියලා change වෙනවා as well as you have to indicate the correct data type which is the existing one. No?
ප්‍රශ්න පොඩ්ඩක් දාන්න.
එන්නේ.
සර් ඒතර ටේබල් එක කස්ටමර්ම ටේබල් එකද නැත්නම් අර මේ
නෑ
ක්ලාස් ඉන්ෆෝ කියන
ඔව් මේක පුතේ එන්නේ අපේ මෙතන ටේබල්ස් ටිකට අදාළවනේ.
හරි සර්.
මේ ටේබල්ස් ටිකට අදාළව තමයි මේ පහළ අපේ SQL ටික ලියන්නේ.
හරි.
Jinani, yes. Third one is correct. Dua. Third one is correct. Yes, yes, that is correct, Jinani, as well. Well done. So you can send me the drop column, like regarding the like the drop statement. So you can leave from the meeting once you send me that. උත්තර ටික එවලා කට්ටියට leave වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Right, so send me the answers and you can leave. So we are going to continue the same thing by next week, people, so get ready, right? Right, Dilsara, I received yours. Let me see. So alter tables, okay, yes, very good. The first one is correct. Well done. Second one is also correct. Yes, very good, very good. Third one is also correct. Well done. Yes. Dilsara, very good. You can leave. Yes, Kushani, send me the answers, Dua, so you can leave. Nirmana, let me see. Jinani, yes, that is correct. So you can leave as well, right? Nirman, right, okay, order table, class info. Oh, නිර්මාණ මේ යට තියෙන table class info එක කතාව අඳින්න ඕනේ නැහැ. right, ඒක අවශ්‍ය නැහැ කිසිසේත්ම. අර ඔයා උඩ ලියපු page දෙක හොඳටම ප්‍රමාණවත්. right, ඒ විදිහටම අනිත් ටිකත් ලියලා එවන්න පුතේ මට. table structures අඳින්න යන්න එපා. Lalindi, yes, let me see. Okay, all right. Yes, that is correct. Why do you feel there is a auto type for add initials? Yes. No.
මේක අපි තුනේම ඕනේ නැහැ නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ ටේබල් තුනේම ඕනේ නැහැ නේද? ක්ලාස් කියන එක විතරක් ලියුවම ඇතිනේ. ඒක ටේබල් එක.
මට තේරුණා මේ
මෙතන ටේබල් තුනක් තියෙනවා ක්ලාස් එකයි ටීචර් එකයි ස්ටුඩන්ට් එකයි කියලා. අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලා තුනක් කිව්වේ. මේක ක්ලාස් කියන එකට විතරක් ඇතිනේ.
නෑ නිර්මාණ තපරගේ නිර්මාණ ලාලින්දි it's all correct දුව. no problem. දුවගේ මේ syntax errors වගේක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා වම් අත පැත්තේ. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ මොකද කියලා මම චුට්ටක් බලන්නම්. දුව ලියලා තියෙන විදිහ නම් ඕකේ. දුව පුළුවන් නම් මේ workbench install කරගන්න. මම workbench වල මේ link එක දාන්නම්. download කරගෙන install කරගන්න බලන්න. so මේකෙන් වැඩ ටික කරගෙන යන්න පුළුවන්. දුව ලියලා තියෙන එක ඕකේ, right? ඒක මොකුත් වැරද්දක් නැහැ. right? okay then you can leave. නිර්මාණ අපි ලියන්න ඕන නිර්මාණ දැන් මේකේ කියලා තියෙන්නේ පැහැදිලිවම කියලා තියෙනවා මේ student info කියන table එකටයි මේක add කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. එතකොට අපි ලියන්න ඕනේ ඒක student info table එකට. right? මේ හැමතැනම indicate කරලා තියෙනවානේ මොන table එකටද මේ වැඩේ කරන්න ඕනේ කියන එක. අනේ කියලා තියෙන table එකට තමයි අපි මේ effect එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණාද නිර්මාණ?
ඔව් සාරි මට පොඩ්ඩක් පැටලලා තිබුණා.
right, great. right, Lalindi, thank you. Good night Dua. right, how about others? Mihin, Kushani, Dua, you can send me the answers. Doesn't matter.
මේ characters කොච්චර කියලා දාන්න ඕනද ඉනිෂියා කියනකොට අපිට හිතන ගානක් දාන්න.
ඉනිෂියා කියලා හදනකොට පුතේ තියෙන ප්‍රමාණයම තියන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඉනිෂියා කියන එකේ වෙන්නේ නමනේ වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. data type එක change වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එතනවා කලින් ක්‍රියේට් කරනකොට දුන්නනේ සයිස් එකක් ඒකට. ඒ සයිස් එකම තියන්න ඕනේ ඔතන. right නිර්මාණ කොබලමු අන්න හරි නිර්මාණ very good ඔය විදිහට ඉතිරි දෙකත් ලියන්න බලන්න Mihin, how about your situation? Right, okay. Mihin, you have to send me the answers. I will be here, right? Right, Nirmana in Balanda. Hari. Eka hari. Right. Drop karne ka clear evanda. Then it will be okay. Right, Nirmana, yes. Nirmana, දැන් ඔයාට බැහැ කියන්න ඉනිෂියල්ස් එක ඩ්‍රොප් කරන්න කියලා. මොකද දැන් ඔයාට ඉනිෂියල්ස් කියලා එකක් නැහැනේ. දැන් තියෙන ඉනිෂියා කියලා එකක්. නේද? So you have to say alter table class info ho. වැරදි table එක පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙන්නේ. නිර්මාණ ඉනිෂියා එක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? ඔයා ඉනිෂියල්ස් කියලා එකක් ඇඩ් කරා.
සර් මේ ඉනීෂියා කියන එක මං අර වෙනමනේ ගත්තා ස්ටුඩන්ට් ඉන්ෆෝ කියන එකට.
ඔව්. එතකොට ඒක තමයි මේ පස්වෙනි එකේ ඩ්‍රොප් කරන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් පස්වෙනි එකේදී ඔයාට කියලා තියෙනවා ඉනිෂියල්ස් කියලා එකක් ස්ටුඩන්ට් ඉන්ෆෝ එකට ඇඩ් කරන්න කියලා තියෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ කියනවා ඉනිෂියල්ස් කියන එක ඉනිෂියා කියලා රීනේම් කරන්න කියලා. රයිට් ඊට පස්සේ යාගේ
ඒක
ඩේටා
කියන්නේ
එකක් චේන්ජ් වෙනවා.
අපිට ලියලා ඉවරලා යන උත්තරේ නේද කියන්නේ දැන් ඉනිෂියල්ස් කියන එකක් ඇඩ් කරාට අපිට ෆයිනලි එන්නේ ඉනිෂියා කියන එකනේ. ඒක ලියන්න ඕනේ.
ඔව්. ඒතර ෆයිනලි දැන් තියෙන්නේ ටේබල් එකේ ඉනිෂියා කියලානේ. ඒතර ඔයාලට ඉනිෂියල්ස් ලියන්න බෑ. ඊළඟට ඔයා ඕල්ට් ටේබල් ක්ලාස් ඉන්ෆෝ ලිව්වොත් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් වැරදි. ක්ලාස් ඉන්ෆෝ එකක් නෙවෙයිනේ අපි මේ මොඩිෆයි කරන්නේ. ඉනිෂියා එක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? ස්ටුඩන්ට් ඉන්ෆෝ එකේ. ඔයා ලියලා තියෙන්නේ ඕල්ට් ටේබල් ක්ලාස් ඉන්ෆෝ කියලානේ නේද?
ඔව් සර් එහෙම තමයි. සර් දැන් බලන්න.
හරි. තමාවෙන්නේ. මිහින් මොකද තත්ත්වය? අන්න රයිට්. අන්න රයිට්. හරි. හරි නිර්මාණ. දැන් හරි.
සර් ටියුට් එක නදියන් තා පොඩ්ඩක් පැටලුනේ මට දෙකෙන්ම.
මේ ටියුට් එක කලෙක්ට් කරගත්තා.
ඒක ගන්න පුළුවන්ද?
පුළුවන් එන්න. ඇවිල්ලා අරගන්න. මං ඉන්න ඕන.
ඒක මට ඒක පාඩම් බලා ගන්නත් ඕනේ. ඒ ටික.
ඒක තමයි. ටියුට් එක ගන්න ඉක්මනටම.
හරි දැන් ප්‍රශ්න ටික හරිනේ.
හරි දැන් හරි. ඊළඟ දවසේ එන්න. රයිට්. දැන් ලීව් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. no problem.
හරි thank you sir.
Right.
good night sir.
Okay. මිහින් කරන්න අමාරු නම් මට කියන්න මම උදව් කරන්නම්.